Stepping to me, they wanna get some, but I'm the cat, so yo, you know the outcome.
Rappers stepping to me, they wanna get some, but I'm the creeper, so yo, you know the outcome.
Rappers stepping to me, they wanna get some, but I'm the cat, so yo, you know the outcome.
Rappers stepping to me, they wanna get some, but I'm the creeper, so yo, you know the flow.
Who wanna see me act a fool? Grab the mic and broadcast like the 6 o'clock news. Reaching my peeps when I excite the crowd, and MCs get dealt with quick for crying out loud. I packed a little something that be rumping your subs. Back happy in the house, I'll show your MC some love. My slow flow keeps you on the go like no dose. Plus, I'm your doctor on call for the down low. It's just the like dang that functions what I bring. Like Mary J sang, I got real love for this game. Never coming lame, I'm in the streets, not peep. What time is it? Time to play for keeps. Check it out, I'm coming with that soul sonic force, of course. Running rugged like a thoroughbred horse. Got my torch in my hand like I'm starting the Olympics. Microphone stays on fire cause I'm gifted. Terrific. I still got juice like high C. Plus I'm funking up your liver like 2 quarts of OD. So knock knock, who is it? It's your fat MC. Once again, ready to bounce down these roads and streets. Yeah, fill my cup up, fool, and let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slippity slide. And like niggas be cool, like niggas be cool. Fill my cup up, fool, and let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slippity slide. And like niggas be cool, like niggas be cool.
I don't know the first thing about economics. All I know is chronic don't be growing on trees. So if you wanna live fat, then you must stack G's. So I make my bacon from breaking them seeds. You can't get with these, so you freeze at 32 degrees. Please let the rhymes ease your mind, but the cuts make you bleed. Tracks be on flat like my dime bags of weed. I got what you need. The urban black poets in the house to get it going on. It don't stop, it won't stop till the break of dawn. Break of dawn, bring it on. Nigga go for strong. For all that shit you talking, I'ma cut out your tongue. Shouldn't have been talking to me wrong. Fat cats got my back, yeah, it's like that, it's on. So who's talking shit? Who won the battle? Sometimes I rattle like a snake or like a baby's toy. Smoke a dime, then recline like a lazy boy. I bring you joy like Anita Baker. I'm from the acre, let me take you on another caper. But don't forget your blunt papers. You best to blaze up or raise up. Fill my cup up, fool, and let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slip and slide, and like niggas be cool, like fill my cup up, fool, and let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Just ride, glide, slippity slide, and like niggas be cool, like
Microphone check, biggity back on the set, like lights, camera, action. What's happening? Nothing but the same old. Showing off my mic control. MCs try and duplicate the H, but get Peter roll. Fuck them sons of bitches. I'm bouncing like a nigga hitting switches. Cruising down the road to the riches. 40 ounce in my lap, a pocket full of raps. Some dice on the back seat, and all they show is crap. The slick Rick the ruler, it's a teenage love. Every time I see it, Philly and crack open a blunt. Every time I see the microphone, I'm dropping the funk. And every time I hear a phony rap, I'm dropping the punk. That's how it goes for the 9-0s. Can't hear no lame hoes. I said I'm on my dresser with my keys and let the can go. Fat cats coming to a theater near you. So check the local listen, cause I'm this a whack crew. Yeah,
fill my cup up, fool, and let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slip and slide, like niggas be cool.
Let's go blue. I know a lot of people don't like that right now. A lot of people don't like Michigan right now. And the only reason they don't like Michigan right now is because Michigan is winning. I mean, where was the outrage when Michigan was losing? coming up short here, there, and everywhere. I know our bowl record still ain't what we need it to be. And I really don't even care about the bowl record no more. Now that the big bowl ain't the Rose Bowl, you know, the culmination to your season is not ending up in Pasadena. It's all about these playoffs and winning national championships. I get it. You know, you can go 12-0 now and still be a loser, still be considered a failure in college football, which is just crazy to me. But, you know, you win that last game or lose that playoff game, and then now you're a loser. Now you suck. But my biggest issue is what's been going on surrounding the Michigan program, because where was all of this outrage when Michigan wasn't winning, or when they weren't going undefeated, when they weren't getting to the college playoffs, you know, when they were just having mediocre seasons? Where was the outrage? I need to know where the outrage was. So we're going to break down where I believe the outrage has come from, because it's not so much that it's against Michigan. It's the way they're doing it. And it's making such a big discretion. They had all this information in the off season. They waited until now to really start trying to throw a monkey wrench into this program, to try to derail this program. That's why I feel that there's other people at play, that they're doing what they're doing. Absolutely. The maize and blue. What's going on, Free? Happy Sunday to you. I just decided to come in here just to speak a little bit on what's popping out here on this Michigan football situation. I'm basically going to start a Fragility series, probably do about 4 or 5 videos. And, you know, I didn't go with, you know, where I could have went with the Fragility series. I could have just started out with white fragility, or white woman fragility, or racial fragility. I could have started out with all kinds of stuff. But you know what? I said, let me go with the fragility of something that's kind of a little off turn a little bit, you know. So I really want to talk about who's watching Michigan football, not the game, but the politics of it all. And I put this video into a couple other sports pages. I know they probably won't accept it until it's all done. Then they're going to comb through it and see if it's acceptable for them to put on their platform, because they really don't like my commentary unless they see that I got a hot take and somebody, you know, gets on it, and then I end up with 40, 50, 60, 100 comments on it. Then I'm okay. But as soon as I say something what they would consider against the grain, then they either mute the comments on my post, delete the post, whatever. But I shared this to those pages today. So what's up? All we talk about is college football. What's up is all we talk about is sports society. What's up to you? I know y'all ain't going to put this up early. Y'all ain't gonna put this up early. Y'all gonna look at it. You know, I got the O-line, D-line page that I'm in as well. They need to be putting this up too, because a lot of them O-line and D-line people, they go to Michigan now. So this is very interesting to them. And it's gonna be interesting to anybody whose kid is looking at going, whether it be to Michigan, if they're fortunate enough to be a part of those 100 players that they put on the field every Saturday, or they're going to go to any other college, because I think that this is potentially something that can happen at every single college once they start winning. But for some reason, somebody really hates Jim Harbaugh. Somebody hates Jim Harbaugh like with a passion. And I've heard his name called a couple of times. If I'm not mistaken, his name is Stapleton. I forgot his first name, and it's not even relevant to this situation today, because what I want to cook on really is this new thing talking about the FBI. The FBI has been to Ann Arbor. Oh, yeah. And I want to bring up this screen share. Let me get this locked in real quick. The FBI is investigating Michigan football now. It's the craziest situation. It is the craziest. I mean, the FBI, really, y'all? Really? So they going to go and bring in the FBI. They're going to bring out the big guns. We got all types of criminals out here, but, you know, they're going to bring out the big guns and on the FBI situation. So that's okay. We good. You know, we good. We are okay. Where is the story at here? Hold on a second. Let me try to find the story. Oh, okay. That's something I got to get rid of here. What is this? Hold on a second. They all this sports gambling and all this mess. They done this stuff just done took over. It's in every ad on every. I don't need all this, man. I don't even want any of this. How do I get rid of this crap? Hold on a sec. I got to minimize the screen. Yeah, all this craziness with the. You can barely even show anything anymore. Do I even want this one? Because this one here is kind of raggedy. Maybe I don't want this one. Let me get another one because this one's all ad laden. Michigan football. FBI. Yeah, I don't want that one no more. That is FBI investigation. Let's see what that one's about. Yeah, let's bring this one up. I think I should be able to look this one over. How's that one? Yeah, this one looks like something that I'll be able to tackle. This is crazy how everything now is just, it's sports betting, this, that, and the other. You can't even get a nice, clean article out this thing. And it's all of a sudden, you know, you got it, it's all added up. As soon as you go into something, it's just added up. And I don't need no ads. I ain't looking for no sports gambling. I ain't looking for none of that. I'm looking for what I'm looking for. All right. So let's see here. Share this to StreamYard. All right. And let's go ahead and add it to the stage. There we go. So FBI joins inquiry into ex-Michigan assistant football coach. Now, keep in mind, this has nothing to do with the sign situation. Okay, this has nothing to do with the sign situation. This is a whole different thing that they're trying to bring out. This has nothing to do with the sign situation. It says FBI has, I said FBA. Oh, I don't want to say that. Has that been patented yet? The FBI has joined the University of Michigan Police Department investigation of former Wolverines assistant coach Matt Weiss, who was fired in January following a report of unauthorized computer access crimes at the school's football building. Now, I know nothing as to what the computer access crimes were. And I don't even think it was football related. If I'm not mistaken, they said it wasn't football related. Deputy Chief Melissa Overton confirmed the FBI's involvement to ESPN on Thursday, adding that the investigation is extensive, ongoing, and is of the utmost priority and covers multiple states. So they said it has nothing to do with the sign stealing thing, but I'm not sure if it has anything to do with football. Okay. Weiss, who spent 21 and 22 with Michigan and recently served as co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, has not been charged with any crime. So all this time, they ain't charging with the crime. What y'all investigating? I mean, what does the FBI investigate things for if they're not going to arrest anybody, try anybody, and convict anybody? Why have they not arrested Matt Weiss? They came on campus, took a whole bunch of computers, you know, rifled through everything up there at Schembechler Hall, and then all of a sudden, he's gone, but he still hasn't been arrested. Okay. In a letter to Weiss obtained by the Associated Press, Michigan Executive Associate Athletic Director Doug Nottke wrote the school had evidence he had inappropriately accessed accounts at Schembechler Hall, which houses the school's football offices. So he was basically hacking Schembechler Hall's computers. It says that his stuff covered several states, but here it says that he had accessed accounts at Schembechler Hall, which houses the school's football offices. So was he an op? Was he doing something against the Michigan football program? I'm not clear. But seeing that he hasn't been arrested, ain't nothing going to come out until he probably put bracelets on old Matty. Michigan told Weiss it fired him after he did not attend a meeting to discuss whether he had gained access to the accounts. A Michigan employee on January 5th reported fraudulent activity involving someone accessing university emails accounts without authorization prior to the university police log. Weiss told ESPN's Pete Thamel in January that he would cooperate with the investigation. Maybe that's why they haven't arrested him. Maybe there's somebody more sinister in this and he gonna turn on him. I don't know. But I want to know why they never arrested him. He got arrested 8 months ago, 9 months ago. How come you didn't arrest this arrest this cat? He got fired. I'm sorry. A University of Michigan Police Department spokesperson told ESPN they got a lot of people in this not to have no arrest. They ain't got no collars. They ain't got no collars in this investigation, but everybody's talking to everybody. The police department spokesperson told ESPN's Dan Murphy that the Weiss investigation is unrelated to the NCAA probe of off-campus scouting and signal stealing involving the program and staff member Connor Stallions. Connor's still actually being paid. He was not fired. He is being paid right now. So he is suspended with pay. Just to let y'all know, they did not fire him. They just put him on the sidelines, but Connor's still getting a check. They fired old Matty Weiss, who was around the program in 21 before officially joining the staff in 22. I tried to tell parents Friday night at the football game that he wasn't even a member of the staff 3 years ago. They say he'd been doing this for 3 years, but they said now he was around the program. Well, he's a friend of the program. Well, he was a friend of the program. He was a booster. He was a sign stealing booster before joining the staff in 2022. There's so much fish in this stuff here. So we ain't even gonna worry about no more of that. I just feel at this point right now, they are running their course with this mess. They are running their course with this mess. Now we're talking about the emails. First it was the signs. Well, no, first it was the emails, then it was the signs. Now we're back to the emails. Right in the middle of this championship run, potential championship run. So I find it a tad bit egregious on the NCAA, on the FBI, because I know y'all have investigated other schools before, but you tend not to do it right in the middle of the season. They doing this right in the middle of the season because I think, frankly, a lot of people don't like Jim Harbaugh. Let me just be honest with you. And hopefully they don't copyright strike me on the playing a Let's Go Blue song at the beginning. The song is 36 seconds long, and hopefully they don't copyright strike me. I know I'm not going to get copyright struck by the urban black poets. Ain't nobody even reached out about the song, so I know they ain't heard it, so I ain't worried about that. Brother Ibrahim, good afternoon to you. Did y'all pull that game out last night? That the D-backs was up 2-0, and then somebody cranked one, and it was 2-1, and then I ended up turning and never got back to it. Y'all pull it out? I didn't see if they pulled it out or not. Okay? I did not see if they pulled it out. Hopefully y'all do win it. It'd be a good thing. So, yeah, I like playing that song. So you did pull it out. Nice. So what is that? Is that 1-0? Is that 1-0, 2-0? I ain't been really keeping up with it. But I tell you, I enjoy watching the parts of the game that I watch. I love watching baseball, but I love watching baseball. Okay, 1-1. Nice. I'm going to pick the series back up because I really love watching competition at this level. It's really hard for me to watch a lot of the mid-season games unless I'm just really into it. But, I love watching the game of baseball. But if I'm going to watch professional baseball, I would rather watch the World Series or just two really good teams go at it. And you obviously got to have the two best teams that they playing in the World Series. I don't want to hear nothing about how your team didn't make it, this, that, and the other. Baseball gives you a series to win. It's not a one and done thing. You get a series to beat people. Okay. And if you don't get there, I don't want to hear no complaining. And I hear that a lot from folks. But congratulations to the D-backs. And, I'll be checking out the rest of this series. They got some studs on both sides. I like it. I like watching baseball at this level. Give me a little sippy sip of my coffee. It's actually finally starting to cool down. This is one of the greatest coffee cups I've ever had. It keeps coffee hot for like 5 hours. Whenever I go back to visit Detroit, let's go watch. Absolutely. You just give me a heads up when you coming back in, and we'll go check out the Boys of Summer. No doubt. I'm always down for a game. Can't do the stadium dogs no more, but that's okay. I'll popcorn you to death. I'll popcorn you to death in a $19 Snickers bar all day long. So we can definitely check out the boys when you come back home, no doubt. So after looking at that article, oh man, you know what? That's love, man. That's love. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate your support on there. And I'll appreciate the $19 Snickers bar when we go to Comerica Park. Appreciate you, man. I actually had been looking at this whole thing, and then my brother Ryan put a post up today. Brother Hunter, Apollo St. Charles, I should actually be saying. I guess he didn't use his government name. He was on Apollo St. Charles. So he put something up, and I asked if his article was the same article, because it seems as though a lot of this stuff is being copy and pasted right now about Michigan football. But one of the things I always like to do, I always like to go with raw sources, okay? I always like to go with really raw sources. So y'all got to know where I am in this whole potting thing. You know, I am very raw in what I do, okay? My message is raw. I don't really try to, sugarcoat anything, because that's just not who I am, okay? I'm always going to be raw with my message, whether I'm using a whole bunch of profanity or not. A lot of times I don't give a shit, so I will say I don't give a shit, but I don't necessarily have to use profanity, but I'm going to be raw and uncut in my message. And the one thing that I've tried to do is I've tried to find different sources when I get my information. And I found a source because now I am truly a fan. I'm going to tell you, I'm a fan. I am a fan of the Cameron and Mace podcast. They're hilarious, and their takes on shit is ridiculous. I can't say it will be a dream to be on their show, but it would be an honor to one day break bread with them brothers. I don't know. Maybe I won't get on their show. Maybe we'll be at some type of potting convention or something like that, or I just run into them at the airport. Hell, I might meet them like I met Big Daddy Kane. I met Big Daddy Kane in the bathroom. We was at the airport at the bathroom, and we both had to contribute to the water system, and I was in there, and I walked up to him. I didn't walk up to him while he was doing his thing, but I was like, Antonio Hardy, and he just laughed. He just laughed. It was so funny because my situation was pretty cut and dry. Seeing a brother like that in the bathroom, we obviously not going to dap it up right there. Most men don't break bread when they doing their thing. So, I just kicked it with him right there. And then we got back out because he was going to wait for his bags. He had just got in town. But it was cool to be able to build with somebody who I revered back in the day, listening to his music, memorizing his lyrics, loving his showmanship. Big Daddy Kane is an icon, in my history. And, I knew his government name. So that kind of impressed him right there, and it was one of those things that we just built, Wild Wild West. That's cool Mo D. That's cool Mo D, brother Emmanuel. That's cool Mo D. But Big Daddy Kane ain't no half stepping. I get the job done. Smooth operator, raw. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those situations that, like I said, I have these high points in my life at different points. And at the point that I was dealing with, I was doing transportation at that time. And I was just out there waiting for a client to come in. And, I was out there, had the suit on with the sign. But so before they got there, I had to go drain the weasel. So I went in there, and Antonio Hardy, who of all people, of all juke joints in the world, you meet Big Daddy Kane in stall number 3. But, we kicked it out there for about 5-7 minutes, man. It was real cool. He got his stuff. I got my card back up, waiting for my person to come in town. And it was a good story to tell on the way back to Ann Arbor area, where I had to bring the client. So it was a beautiful thing. It's all right, bro. It's all right. You was close. He black. You black, so he was close. But real talk, I got a source from an unusual source. As I was saying, I really have really come under the spell of the podcast with Cam and Mace. It is what it is. And I use that moniker every now and then, and I can't say they stole it from me because I know they didn't. But their podcast is hilarious. It is flat out hilarious. And so I wanted to break down something because they now have been working with the brother who went to Ohio State, won a national championship, I think in his freshman year, Maurice Claret. And Maurice Claret is a correspondent on their podcast, and he broke the situation down about Michigan about as elementary as you're going to break it down. And so I don't want to overcook your grits on it or steal the thunder of this pre-recorded audio and video that I got, because I'm gonna literally put up the stream, you know, and hopefully they don't strike me for the stream. Let me go ahead and put the disclaimer up real quick. I'm only utilizing this for fair use. But see, Cam and Mace is real brothers, right? They real brothers. They probably ain't gonna let nobody strike me because I'm not using their stuff to make no money off of it. I'm just trying to clarify the point. And I'm up in their stuff. So, you know, they might just see that as a positive. You know, I might take this part of the link right here, cut it down, send it to them and show them what I actually did, you know, and catch that love back. Or they'll be like, you know what? Don't do that shit again, nigga. But, you know, if they do, then I'll be like, all right, whatever. But, you know, if they don't, then I'll be like, okay, cool. They understand. I'm just trying to build, because they already doing their thing, man. They are literally better than Sports Center at this point to me. They are more entertaining than Sports Center, and they do commentary. It's not so much about highlights and things like that, but they do sports commentary like these sports shows out here like no other. And it's just two cats who just took two careers of rapping and have turned it into this. And it just lets you know they've always been this. They just never went this way. They really know about sports. I got to give them credit. They actually know about sports. So it's a beautiful thing out here. So let me go on and get this screen share right. I'm going to stop sharing this. Fill my cup up, fool. Share this tab instead. Maybe that'll go right there. There we go. So I want to get this right up here. Is that going to do that thing? There we go. Excuse me. I mean to burp in y'all ear. So yeah, I'm going to put this up. Appreciate the hashtag free. But this is on their cast, and Maurice Clarett breaks down the situation that's been happening in Ann Arbor, you know, and why he thinks it's happening. So I loved his commentary. I loved his candid view on this. And frankly, I think it's true. And I think it's more informational than what's been given out here on these other situations. So let me let this pop.
80, I take that to I-71. I'm right in Columbus, boy. Let's get to it.
I just feel like this.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Say the last thing you was gonna say so we get to it.
No, I was gonna make another joke, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the show.
Michigan is under investigation by the NCAA for allegations of spying on other teams. Maurice, so what is your opinion on the situation, and basically give us your take?
No, it's a situation where you have one staff member. His name is Connor Stallions, right? And Connor Stallions was a Michigan staff member who was it sounds like he's an ex-Navy SEAL who came with the team. And for a lot of people who don't know, you can't physically go to another team, an opponent that you're getting ready to play. You can't go to them and physically scout them. Whenever a team plays another team, you have to basically come together, grab the film that they're basically have played the last 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. The NCAA or a third party reviews it to make sure that you don't have any extra material or anything that would give you a different competitive advantage that somebody else would have. And from there, you know, Michigan got in trouble. And that's it. You know what I mean? And I think that they're going to get Harbaugh and more.
So he breaks it down. He breaks it down very elementary. Anybody should be able to understand what he's saying. And I knew where this was going because I used to be a scout and I used to go trade game film with other coaches, you know. But the one thing that became apparent to me after a while, coaches would switch up their stuff. They give you the game plan with a very, very basic scheme. And this is even on a high school level. Even on a high school level, they would give you a really bland scheme that they ran that game. They might have blew the team out and they didn't have to open up their package. So they give you their base package, but you really wouldn't see a lot of their audibles and different formations and stuff like that. So you really would just have to go scout based on what they showed you. Jim Harbaugh is definitely smart enough to know this. Whether he's known anything about the sign stealing or not, I don't know. I don't even care at this point. Because what did Deion say last week? I can give you my whole playbook. I can mail it to you. I can tell you that I'm going to run sweep right. You still got to stop it. You still got to stop it. So all this sign stealing stuff, yeah, it might go along the lines of not ethical. Okay, you're not being ethical. But is college football really ethical? Is college football really fair? Is college football really true to itself? Let's be fucking real out here. Okay, let's be fucking real. College football ain't been fair for a long time. And if this is what they got to pin on Jim Harbaugh right now, how about the team that he's put together after all of these years of mediocrity? And he's putting these teams together. And this is what Maurice Clarett is really going to break bread on too. Hold on a second. Let me let him get back into it. They don't want to talk about how he's built the program.
More trouble. He just came off the infraction with giving the kids the extra benefits. And then from there, you had something else that happened with, not something else. This thing that actually happened with the cheating scandal, and I don't know, it's just not looking good for him, and he has this target on his back because I'll turn the program around. He has a competitive advantage, I believe now, just because they're winning and are stealing recruits. So more people are going to make more about it. And
you know what he said? They stealing recruits. He didn't mean that maliciously. He meant it because they're pulling people to Michigan that wasn't coming to Michigan before, that were going to these other schools before. And he's getting them now. And that's what everybody's problem is. Just like Deion's going to start getting 3, 4, 5-star recruits coming to Colorado, and they're going to start trying to find things about what's going on in Colorado. It's no different. Jim Harbaugh is just the flavor to savor right now, and he's got a team rolling, and his possibility setting up a playoff team or championship game situation. And they know that because they can pull all this stuff out in the offseason, but they choose to pull it out in the middle of the season. First, the suspension at the beginning of the year. They tried to say it was a self-imposed suspension. No, it was the AD. Ward really done got beside himself on this. I was really saluting the brother coming to AD, but I'm not a real big fan of Ward Manuel right now. Ward done got into that corporate office, because that's really what it is. When you an AD in the size of a University of Michigan, you are Mr. Corporate. And he done gotten that corporate infrastructure, and I think it's done gone to his head. But he seems to not understand that if Michigan football starts to fail again, he's gone. Or if other people start to chatter around the campus, he might be gone anyway. Because pretty much everybody likes what's going on in Ann Arbor right now, except Ward. And Ward is either trying to cover his tracks or he needs to be making tracks. Because if you don't like what's popping, Ward, go somewhere else. You was at UConn, bro. You was at UConn when they pulled you back to Ann Arbor. You played here, dog. You wore the maize and blue. And now you playing hardball like this? Man, this is bullshit. Let me let Clarett cook so I can get him off the screen, just in case, I do get copyright struck. I don't want this whole stream to go down, just this little 4 or 5 minutes that, they can mute that, and then we'll figure out a way to go around it when I do some editing.
Just the situation.
Wasn't this the coach that was buying the cheeseburgers? Or was that?
Yeah, it's the same coach.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's the same coach. And so you have to figure how this thing works. He came in and he struggled for his first few years, and he didn't get recruits, and he didn't get all of the other players that all of these top tier programs have.
Yep.
So then he's rebuilt their program from ground up with 3 and 4 star players, but he's also given them a reestablished like a blue collar mentality. And the way that they're winning and the people that they're winning with, and as big as it is, it's easier to bring people back to what he had. I mean, it's just easier to bring people, to what he has going on now up in Michigan. Get players up there. They raise money. They have the Jordan brand. Young dudes care about that. And they're like the grungy, nasty program of the Midwest. Like everybody can't go down south and play in the SEC. So all the players who happen to be from the Midwest, they want to go play for him. He's winning. Everybody doesn't want to play for Ohio State because Ohio State's it's the other Midwest entity that competes against him. And so With that being said, he's I don't know. He'll get resistance from other teams because he's better than them and they're hating on him because they're out front. But then also at the same time, it'd be, I don't know. I don't know how it shakes out, but I just don't think it ends well for him.
Real quick, is this worse than Bill Belichick's Spygate? Your opinion?
I don't know. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like it's a clear set of rules. So just to give an example, when you're competing against another team, there's sort of like rules of engagement. They say, hey, man, take these 3 or 4 tapes. They don't have anything. They don't have anything with anything other than what you're supposed to plan around to compete against the team. And so what they're saying is that this dude went behind his back and kind of did his own thing, basically kind of did his own thing. And I was like, you would think to yourself that there's so many people in the stadium who watch other teams that anybody can pick this stuff up. But I don't know. I really don't. I don't have a clear distinction between the two. That's what I'm saying.
Mo, is this like when you used to have VHS tapes and it's supposed to be one movie on it and you record something else over it?
Makes it stupid.
Or is this another way you got the information?
No, okay. Let me explain it like this. Here's a cleaner way of explaining it. When you go to the game and you see like those big signs on the side, or you see people on the side signaling to defensive players or offensive players on the field, what ends up happening is you understand those signs, what they're lining up in, what plays they're running, or how they're adjusting towards what they see, right? What they're saying is that's a little bit more information that you should have on a team before you play them. You shouldn't have all the information. You should be able to scout a team from what you see from that. And so some people don't call it cheating, but it's outside of the rules of engagement that the NCAA has set. And so what they're saying is like, so that's it.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. It's a sticky situation for them. But so I know we talked about teams, but now I want to talk about players. So after the game, it seems like a lot of players are.
All right, so we ain't really got no business talking about that. So that's really what, this is about. As far as the sign stealing, he didn't get into the thing about, Weiss with the emails and all that stuff, but that's really what this thing is about right now. Right now, we are in a situation where we've got, and let me just go ahead and just throw up the disclaimer one more time, because I played all of that under fair use. Disclaimer 107, I want to say that I use that for educational, and entertainment purposes. I was not trying to make money off of this. It is what it is. But like I said, them real cats right there, I don't think I'm gonna have any problem out of Cam or Mace, or if they'll ever even see this unless I send it directly to them, which I actually plan to do. So just to let you know, I'm not going to clout chase, but I am going to send the clip to them to let them know that I use their shit. It was pertaining to my shit. And, I wish them well, have bought your records before. So, that's just payback, nigga. That's all that is. That's all that is. But anyway, I just wanted to be clear where I know it's outside. And as Maurice Claret said, the rules of engagement, it's outside of that. I get it. But is it really dictating how teams are losing? Because they're losing to Michigan. Michigan ain't lost no games in 2 years. They lost their last game last year and ain't lost one this year. So are they saying that that's the only way that Michigan is winning? They're not putting a good product on the field? They full of shit, dog. Michigan is putting a great product on the field. Now, as far as these signs and things like that, I don't know no coach or no coaching staff that keeps the same signs. That's my biggest issue with this. No coach keeps the same signs and signals. You're not going to run the 12-game season and keep the same signs. They're full of shit. Just like you don't run the same plays no matter who you play. You got to have different packages. There's different schemes that you got to run based on who you play. They're full of shit. And they're only doing this right now because he done turned this program around and he's threatening the infrastructure of college football, just like Deion. Deion is threatening the infrastructure of college football. Fuck all y'all about your 4-4. Okay. I know I got people out there. How is he doing that? He's only 4-4. That's this year. Deion is 4-4 this year. He won't be whatever he ends up this year. He'll win more games next year, and he's going to win more games the year after that. Deion came in with a team that had never played anything together. He had never coached any of these players except a few players that he brought from Jackson State. And y'all expected him just to do wonders. Frankly, I think he's done wonders. He done brought a lot of bread back to Boulder. He done brought a lot of good spirit back to Boulder, a lot of excitement. People actually know that they still have a football team, and now he's going to build from here. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. People have been hating on him because he started out, shot out the cannon with a couple of victories, and now they feel like he's falling flat. No, just the reality of everything has come into play. He does not have the horses to run this race. Deion just does not have the horses to run this race. And I know some of y'all on them sports pages is like,
did you say nigga?
That's exactly what y'all say. Because when I be getting in the post, y'all be like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. And then some of y'all just be like,
did you say nigga?
Yeah, that's what y'all be talking about. That's okay. Because I'm here. And I don't even do sports like this. I don't even do sports concentrated material like this. But this really ain't about the score. This is about the politics of it all. That's what this is about. This is about the politics of it all. And people that don't like Jim Harbaugh, they just don't like Jim Harbaugh. And I think that's what this is more about than anything. If this was about another coach who was well-liked throughout college football ranks, I don't think we'd be seeing this. I don't think we'd be hearing about this. I truly believe that this is solely about people that do not like Jim Harbaugh. That's what this is about. And Jim Harbaugh, let me tell you, he's probably not the easiest cup of tea to digest for most people. He's probably not. You know, Jimmy's weird. I ain't gonna lie. Jimmy's weird, you know, and he comes off with these weird ass comments on everything and shit. Yeah, you know, Free Jimmy weird as fuck. You know, but when he hits home with some real shit, then, you know, people start to really pay attention to him. But I followed Jim for a long time. You know, my brothers played with his brother back in the day at Pioneer before they got up out of here and shot to California, yada, yada, yada. I've known about the Harbaugh family for years. And the one thing that I've always known about Jimmy is just he was just not the natural, normal cat. Always been ballsy. You know, he's always been a ballsy cat. And, you know, when you look at him, look, he goofy as fuck, dog. Look at his goofy mug. He, you know, I'm glad he's just using the black frames. He had the Malcolm X frames on for a while. But let me just get down here, man. Let me just get down here. Let me where is that? See, he went to Pioneer High School. Everybody know. Ann Arbor Packers. See, he played for the same junior football team that I did. Went to the same high school or junior high school that my brothers did. He went to your high school, Frida. He went to your old raggedy ass high school. But see, he took over the team. You know, back he played Michigan, then he guaranteed a Michigan victory against Ohio State. One of the ballsiest things like that. Harbaugh caused controversy when he guaranteed a victory over Ohio State in 1986. Harbaugh's guarantee proved valid as the Wolverines defeated the Buckeyes 26-24. Harbaugh completed 19 of 29 passes with 2 interceptions. Not 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He didn't have a great game. He had a good game, but hell, they won. That's all right. I'm trying to get down to his coaching career. Let me get down to his coaching career. Here we go. This is college. We're going to do, no, they did. No, let's do pro because he did pro as Western Kentucky, Stanford University, and then we got Michigan. There we go. Michigan. So he was named the head coach December 30th, 2014. Okay. He was introduced as the head coach. Okay. On September 3rd, 2015, lost his first game as head coach. Lost his first game as head coach. Who loses their first game as a Michigan head coach? On September 3rd, 2015, Harbaugh lost his first game as head coach against Utah. On September 12th, Michigan won 35-7 against Oregon State, giving Harbaugh his first win as Michigan's coach. And then they went on and did their thing from there. Okay. It was a situation. He finished at 10-3. And nobody really cared that he finished 10-3. The biggest problem was that he finished 10-3 and he lost to these two motherfuckers right here. Yeah, he finished 10-3, dog. But nobody really cares about how we can go 2-10 now. We play 12 games now. If we go 2-10, yeah, some people are gonna be upset. But as long as we beat Michigan State and Ohio State, most people are okay with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Most people are good if Michigan wins against Green and Ohio. Now, some people will say, no, we want a winning team. We want this, we want that. Okay. Personally, if we beat Michigan State and we beat Ohio State, I know we ain't going to be 2-10 anyway. If you know football and you know those two programs, if you beat them both in the same season, chances are you had a pretty good year. Check game. Michigan was ranked 7th in the AP poll to start the season. So he's already making an impact in 16. Lost his first game last year. Now they rank him 7th coming into the shoot the next year. Well, they beat Rutgers, a Big Ten team, 78-0. 78-0. 3 weeks later, Michigan defeated Michigan State on the road in its first victory in East Lansing since 2007. So he restored the roar by beating State. Okay. But then we lost to Ohio State. So it kind of minimized things a little bit at the end of the year. All right. 17. Not a big year. 8-5 on the year. 8-5. 18. Another 10-3 season. 19, 9-4. 2020. Now, 2020, that was the COVID season, I believe. That was the COVID season. Does it put up our record? It says Michigan football lost to a team that was 0-5 or worse. Oh, first time we had lost. So Michigan was winless at home during the 2020 season, marking the first time in program history that Michigan did not win any games at home. That was the COVID season, right? Don't even say what our record was that year. Okay. 2021, got a new contract. Okay. By winning the award, Michigan became the first school to win the AP Coach of the Year in men's basketball and football since it was established in 1998. He won that award with Juwan. And in the end of that year, what did we end up? 11-1. Finished the regular season 11-1. 22. The 22 season, we ended up 12-0. First 12-win season. And then he was named Big Ten Coach of the Year. On the 3rd of December, we reached 13-0 by winning the Big Ten championship game. And then went to the playoffs where we got shellacked and ended up 13-1. Now, these things have been out there. These allegations have been out there for a couple of years. How come ain't nobody been talking about this? But they talking about it now because he's embarking on another undefeated season. They ain't slick. They trying to be distracting. If they try to suspend this cat in the middle of this season, it'll just let you know. One, our athletic department ain't shit and Ward Manuel needs to go. And two, he's got more spears and darts and bullets and whatever pointed at him than we know. Because who tries to shoot a team down in the middle of the year? You know, these kids are already battling everything in the world other than the opponents. Now we got to put up with possibly a second suspension in the middle of potentially a national championship year. That's okay. They just going to keep playing, man. They just keep playing, you know, because I expect them to do what they gonna do. The NCAA ain't shit. I don't believe Ward Manuel's done his job as an AD. So what's gonna happen is gonna happen. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So with that being said, we just hit 50 minutes. I really don't need to be in here no longer than this. I only came up for this thing because I get tired of people spouting out untruths. So I wanted to bring a little bit of truth to the thing today. I really wanted to put that CBS Sports article up because there were 3 misspellings in that article, and I thought that was appalling. I'm not sure who's writing these articles anymore, but for the fact that they don't proofread them, or, that little red line when y'all typing, because y'all typing on computers, y'all not typing on typewriters. When y'all typing on a computer and that little red line is under the word, it means the word is misspelled, motherfucker. Correct the word. My lady corrects my shit. She's corrected my shit. I've had people correct my posts. I have no problem with people correcting my posts. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's an aggravation to have to go back and redo the post. But it's my fault. I'm the one that misspelled the shit. So who am I going to get mad at? Yeah, I get mad at Ray. I've gotten mad at Free. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. But I'll still go back and do it because I don't like looking like no derelict out here. I can read, bitch. I ain't no criminal. That's Doughboy.
Did you say nigga?
Yeah. So where we at now? We have 51 minutes, almost 51:30. I'm going to go on and get up out of here. The baby's probably going to be waking up from her afternoon nap, see what their game plan is. If she going to eat her lunch straight out of her nap, I'm going to probably run to the store because I got to get on the move tomorrow. We'll talk more about that if I get on this thing tonight. We'll probably get on this thing tonight. Got to get on the move tomorrow. And I'll be away from the deck for a couple of days, but probably still stay relevant and, find some way to be able to keep my stream up, whether it be, in the studio or maybe just, putting some stuff together via the cell phones and whatnot and uploading it onto the Villager. But I appreciate y'all being in here today. I just want to know who's watching Michigan football. And if you are watching Michigan football, here's all the hand signals that you need to be checking out too. Those are all the hand signals. If you don't know about the hand signals, those are the hand signals that y'all need to be checking out. Okay. You need to be checking out the hand signals. Yeah. Look at them. Read them and weep. You think somebody's stealing hand signals, go ahead and look at those hand signals. How about those hand signals? Those hand signals good enough for you? This is crazy out here. It's just gotten to the point where people don't seem to understand. We're not in a space to where the human element is not needed. I know they want to take everything to Chat GPT and AI, this, that, and the other, but football is still the most barbaric sport out. I know boxing is up there. I know MMA fighting is up there, but that's one-on-one competition. This is 11-on-11. The only sport to where, you could have one play that lasts 7-8 seconds and have 4 or 5 people down on the ground. I've seen it before. Them hard-hitting games, you have 4 or 5 people down on the ground. So where we at this point, we where we at. And I want to make sure that everybody is in a position to understand this has nothing to do with Michigan football. This has everything to do with Jim Harbaugh. This has nothing to do with Michigan football. Do you understand me? People love Michigan football. This has to do with Jim Harbaugh. If there was another coach at the University of Michigan, this would not be happening. It would not. I know for a fact it would not. People don't like Jim Harbaugh for a multitude of reasons. They didn't like it when he wore the khakis. They didn't like it when he switched his pants to blue. They don't like his aloof attitude. They don't like the fact that he won't answer questions the way the quintessential head coach answers. They don't like him. And they're trying to make him pay, but they're going to end up making these kids pay. Jimmy's already getting paid. That's what they don't seem to understand. You're not going to take his money. You're not going to take his wealth. But what you're going to do is you're going to directly affect a bunch of kids coming and going who had nothing to do with nothing. It's all about the business, y'all. It's all about the business. This ain't my business. This ain't your business. It's show business. One Love.
Yeah, rappers stepping to me. They wanna get some, but I'm the cat, so yo, you know the outcome.
Rappers stepping to me. They wanna get some, but I'm the creeper, so yo, you know the outcome.
Rappers stepping to me. They wanna get some, but I'm the cat, so yo, you know the outcome.
Rappers stepping to me. They wanna get some, but I'm the creeper, so yo, you know the flow.
Who wanna see me act a fool? Grab the mic and broadcast like the 6 o'clock news. Reaching my peaks when I excite the crowd. And MCs get dealt with quick for crying out loud. I packed a little something every run for your subs. Back happy in the house, I'll show your MC some love. My slow flow keeps you on the go like no dose. Plus, I'm your doctor on call for the down low. It's just the like thing that functions what I bring. Like Mary J sang, I got real love for this game. Never coming lame, I'm in the streets, not peak. What time is it? Time to play for keeps. Check it out, I'm coming with that soul sonic force, of course. Running rugged like a thoroughbred horse. Got my torch in my hand like I'm starting the Olympics. Microphone stays on fire cause I'm gifted. Terrific. I still got juice like high C. Plus I'm funking up your liver like 2 quarts of OD. So knock knock, who is it? It's your fat MC. Once again, ready to bounce down these roads and streets. Yeah, fill my cup up, fool. And let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slippity slide. Yeah, and like niggas be cool. Like niggas be cool. Fill my cup up, fool. And let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slippity slide. Yeah, like niggas be cool. Like niggas be cool.
I don't know the first thing about economics. All I know is chronic don't be growing on trees. So if you want